Before COVID shut the local theaters down, they did what they could to stay running. Besides selling a lot of takeout popcorn, they ran old classic films in place of all the Hollywood blockbusters being held back. For $5 you could see Jaws, or Raiders of the Lost Ark, or James Bond, or The Empire Strikes Back. Of course, few people were interested in risking their health just to see a movie that was already right there on their favorite streaming service. So a lot of times we were literally the only ones in the theater. It was kind of nice having your own private auditorium. I thought it was kind of sad. One of the movies brought back was John Carpenter's Halloween. We missed it when it first played in town back in March of 1979, so we made sure to see it this time. Being the fall season, Halloween actually got a fair number of audience members into the theater. There must have been like 10 other people. No, way more than that. I'd say 12. Most horror fans, I'm sure, are familiar with the story of Halloween. How a young boy brutally stabs his sister to death, then 15 years later escapes from a loony bin to perpetuate his evil, murdering a group of babysitters, playing some Halloween pranks, suffering a few injuries at the hands of Jamie Lee Curtis, and getting shot 6 times by his doctor Donald Pleasance before vanishing. So here's some random thoughts that occurred to us during our last viewing of the film. I think it's interesting they specified the movie taking place in 1978 instead of just Halloween night. I mean, a week after the movie opened, it was already taking place in the past. Probably the filmmakers expected it to be a quick cheapie, in the drive-ins for a few weeks, then forgotten. They had no idea it would have such a successful, lengthy first run. After school, Laurie and Annie are cruising around, blowing some pot, when suddenly Annie freaks out because...
My dad! Get rid of this!
She's terrified her father, the chief of police, is going to smell the illegal drugs they were smoking.
Hi, Annie.
So just drive on by. Don't fucking pull over to chit-chat. It's a poignant scene when you know this is the last time father and daughter will see one another. But it's also a little sloppy. Annie asks her father if anything was stolen.
Well, now all they took was some Halloween mask, rope, and a couple of knives. Who do you think it was?
I'm pretty sure the filmmakers intend us to infer the masks and knives were stolen by Michael Myers. But he already had his mask at the beginning of the movie. The store isn't robbed until 5 or 6 hours later. Are we supposed to think that loud alarm had been ringing all day?
Hi, Annie. Laurie?
There's no motive for why the killer is after any of these girls. At least not in this movie. He's a force of nature, like the shark in Jaws.
Fate is immovable, like a mountain. Fate never changes.
It was fate that Michael sees Laurie and Tommy outside the house. He stalks the both of them throughout the day. The movie very easily could have gone in a direction where Tommy was the main character. Michael is going after him, and Laurie is killed, leaving him in the home all alone. So he sets up booby traps using his toys. But I guess we'd have to wait another 12 years for that movie to be made. I do like that Tommy is a big comic book aficionado. You can even see an issue of Howard the Duck in his collection.
Why do you keep them under there?
Mom doesn't like me to have them.
Not sure under the living room rug is the greatest hiding spot. Doesn't his mother vacuum under there? I hope he finds a better secret location in a couple years when he starts hiding his porno mags. My favorite shot in the entire movie is not Michael's face emerging from the darkness, or the turning of his head to admire Bob's murder. It's the shot of Lindsay, bathed in the light of the TV, completely engrossed. She's at that perfect age for movie watching, where you haven't seen everything yet, and you aren't cynical about cheesy special effects and nonsensical plot holes. The movies give her a stronger high than any amount of pot Laurie and Annie could smoke.
6 straight hours of horror movies. Little Lindsey Wallace won't know what hit her.
After Annie spills butter on her shirt, she locks herself in the outdoor laundry hut and gets stuck in the window trying to escape. I used to think this scene was cute, but now it weirds me out a little, knowing there is a whole genre of porno videos centering on women getting stuck in windows or other tight spots. There's hundreds of them. Could this scene possibly have been the inspiration for all that?
Oh, my foot! I'm stuck!
Linda showing off her breasts has to be the most chaste, gratuitous nude scene in the history of slasher films.
See anything you like?
If it weren't for that sliver of her nipple peeking into the frame, I'd assume the shot had been zoomed in for the TV edited version. They don't shy away from showing her breasts a minute later when she's choked out by the phone cord. but you can't really admire them properly because you're distracted by her violently dying. I like how the box of baking soda Annie pours on her soiled clothing is still there on the counter at the end when the Shape chases Laurie. That's some good continuity. At the end of the movie, Laurie is trapped in the closet. Because she's resourceful, she uses a coat hanger to poke Michael in the eye. He drops the knife, she scoops it up and stabs him right in the gut. The next part makes the audience groan. Thinking he's dead, she drops the knife right next to the body. Everyone who watches horror movies is familiar with seeing characters do stupid things, only because they're necessary for the movie to continue. The killer isn't dead yet, so he's going to need his weapon back, and the filmmakers say, just have her drop it next to the body. That'll work. Strange thing is, Michael never uses the knife again. In his final assault on Laurie, he just chokes her. So the moment of her dropping the knife is completely unnecessary.
This film contains elements of shock and suspense. Parental discretion is advised.
In the version of the movie edited for TV, Laurie stabbing Michael with the knife is cut out, presumably for being too violent. Remember, this was back in 1981, when standards about what could be shown on TV were much stricter. Because they cut out the stabbing, they also cut out the shot of her dropping the knife beside the body. So oddly, one could argue the censorship improves the scene. NBC bought the rights to premiere Halloween on television, making it the Friday night movie for October 30th, 1981. To take advantage of cross-promotion, the following night on Saturday Night Live, the host was Donald Pleasance.
Except that we'll be spending Halloween together on Saturday Night Live. Join us if you dare. Cool it, man.
In the opening sketch, he appears with Eddie Murphy, and at the end, there's a cameo appearance by none other than John Belushi. This is Belushi's final appearance on Saturday Night Live. Only 4 months and 5 days later, he was dead of a drug overdose.
Fate is immovable like a mountain. Fate never changes.
I vomit, I have. I've thrown up, but not for luck. You do it for luck?
You didn't vomit before you filmed Halloween?
I vomited after I saw the film, but...
Shenanigans. It's been a lot of fun, shenanigans. But now we've got to run. It's funny how the minutes seem to fly.